So today's call is all about the coupon book generator software that's coming out tomorrow. I'm going to share my screen, and it's a new way that you can actually access the KDP niche market by offering coupon books. Okay, and it's these types of books, yeah, coupon books for dads, from daughters, from sons, wife, and kids. You can go niche down and go into Christmas coupon books as well, and then Vanessa, maybe for you, a spicy coupon book, maybe, possibly. And then we've got like love books for things like Valentine's Day or gifts for husbands on their birthdays from their wives. And again, with Father's Day in June as well, you can create nice little daddy coupon books. And then Naranjan is here to show us what sort of what the software can do for us. If everybody could just remain muted for the entire presentation, and then once we're ready for questions, I'll open it up to the floor. There we are. Take it away, Naranjan.
Thanks, Huw. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on whichever part of the world you are in from. And I'm glad we are having this conversation. So first of all, Huw, thanks so much for that introduction, man. I mean, we've been working together for more than 4 years, I believe. And it's been a great experience, right? And many of our customers are, common customers, right? So I really hope you know me. If you don't know me, my name is Niranjan, and I am a full-time marketer, full-time product creator. I run a software business. And on top of that, I'm a publisher just like you, all right? Probably I'm ahead of you a couple of steps, probably behind you a couple of steps. It really doesn't matter. What matters is we're in the same business and we have the similar kind of problem statements, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through my screen, show the application to you because nobody has seen this yet, right? Nobody has seen the application. And I was planning to have a webinar where we do something called a product reveal later. Huw twisted my hands and he said, you got to do this earlier for my community, all right? I do hate him sometimes, but then again, that's him, right? So anyways, going back to the application, I'll start sharing my screen. I'm not sure if I have the ability to share it, man. I think I
Yeah, you
I
should
think
do now. Yeah.
cool. So I think I can share the screen. So please let me know if you are able to see my screen right now.
Yeah, we can see it, mate.
Brilliant, brilliant. So one other thing that I would request you is to participate in the chat box because please do not unmute yourself as of yet. As you said, after the presentation, we will go through the entire set of questions that you may be having, and I'll make sure that you get your answers, okay? So until then, I want you to be with me, and the way to do that is to communicate with me while I'm chatting with you or while I'm presenting this. So I know that you are following, and if you have any questions where you get stuck or you want me to repeat something, I'll be more than happy to do so, all right? Huw, please feel free to stop me or intervene me if you feel there is a need for clarifying something, all right?
Sure, mate.
So, thank you, everyone. Cheryl, good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. I can see your comment, everyone. Please make sure you have that chat box busy, all right? So this is the application interface. So we have a number of applications that we have created over the past 4 years. Many of you might have got multiple applications that we have created, okay? Now, if you log into the dashboard, you would see a number of them. We will dive straight into Coupon Books Generator, the book generator application, which creates the specific type of books that Huw showed you right now, okay? When you click on the product, you would arrive on this page called Coupons Book Generator. This is called the landing page, and this is where you will be able to see your access, the front-end product, the pro offer, the premium offer, and the elite offer, okay? Now, because you have all of this here, I'm sorry, apologies about the typo here. So what happens is you will see the button that says access now. This button is going to take you further towards the interface where you will start working, okay? Now, it doesn't really matter which access now button you click, you will go to the same page in the next step. If you do not have access to a specific upgrade, instead of access now, you would see something called buy now, okay? And when you click on that buy now button, it will take you to the respective sales pages. Okay, so if you click on access now here, you would land up on this page, and this is called the collections page. Collections is synonymous with a folder naming convention, right? So it is more of a folder where you would create all your content. Now there is a default folder that is available for you to work with. But then again, what happens is when you create the default folder, all the download files will have this naming convention. And over a period of time, you would find, if you are diligent with your book creation process, you will see a lot of default collection folders on your computer. Okay, what that means is it'll be that much more difficult for you to go ahead and figure out the exact project that you're interested in right now. So it is always a good idea to do some housekeeping work and make sure that the product that you're creating is actually organized right from the collections level. Now this one is for Hugh's friends. So what we are going to do is we are going to name this in a way that it makes sense to all of us, right? This is the project folder, or this is the collection where you would click next to go to the interface, and this is how the interface would look. Okay, this is how the interface would look. Now, who here finds this interface to be familiar? Can I get a no from someone who is seeing this for the first time? And yes, if you are acquainted with this interface. Vanessa says hi, yes. Anybody else who has seen this interface? You says yes, Cheryl says yes, Terry says yes, Melcher says no, Bernadette says no. Excellent. I'll cover that. Carol says yes. Okay, great. Seems similar to Canva. John, that's right. Cool. So this is the page where you will actually create your book. Okay, this is the interface where you'll actually create a book. And this is divided into 4 sections. Number 1 is the left navigation. Number 2 is the middle navigation. Number 3 is this interface here. And number 4 is called the context menu, which is this ribbon that you see. We will talk about that because we have a couple of members here who haven't seen this in the past. We will just cover this briefly. Now, before we proceed further, what I want you to do is understand that you are seeing my interface, which is an admin interface, which is why it is going to be a little different than what you will see. Okay, so when you get access to the product, you would see something different, and that would be by design. So there's nothing to be worried about that. Okay, now when you log into the interface, you would have this left navigation option, and in the left navigation option, you would start with something called page layouts. Okay, this design is going to change a bit. This is going to change a bit because these elements will be catering to front-end OTO1 and OTO2. Right now, the team is testing it out. So that is why you see 4 sections, but ideally we would have 3 sections here. Okay. Now, this is where you would have the templates that you'll be using to work with these applications. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the biggest problem when it comes to creating books like the ones that Huw showed you, right? Most of us are aspiring or existing KDP publishers, right? We want to create an extra income, a full-time income, a part-time income using the business model that is available to all of us. It's a very legit business model, and there are people who are making books, selling them with the help of the biggest e-commerce site out there, and are generating revenue for themselves month on month, right? The problem though is creating those books, even if it is just lines, just straight lines or curved lines, creating those books is not something that comes easy to us. Let's face it, we might have some great graphic designers among us right now, but not all of us are capable of creating these kind of designs. Now, what is the solution to that? The solution to that is probably to get it from somewhere, right? Or to get it outsourced to a designer, or to get AI to create the content. These are all very possible solutions in today's day and age, but each has a problem associated with it. When you go ahead and outsource this, and if you do not have any outsourcing experience or an existing business, it could actually cost you an arm and a leg, right? That's number 1. Number 2, every time you go back for an edit, probably you'll be charged more, right? Many of you would have experienced it. Number 3, If you get it generated by AI and do not have editing capabilities, then you might not just get the thing or the design that you are absolutely happy with. Okay. And number four is, if you go about learning a design application just to get this done, you know the time and effort you put into it will not be sufficient, or you'll not be able to justify that to create a book that you don't know you'll be able to sell. Because when we create books on Amazon KDP, we don't know what the results will be like, right? We are going with the best guess scenario. So the idea is to create quality books, because without quality, a business would not thrive. But at the same time, reduce the cost significantly per book so your cost of failure is less. Imagine this. If I told you that the cost of creating a book, a complete book, is $10 for you, would you be comfortable creating more and more books? Probably yes, because you can try out 10 books, 20 books and see if you're able to succeed. You can learn the process, learn the tricks of the trade over a period of time. That is the objective of this application. This is where it helps you create quality books without you being a graphic designer, and does that at a speed and scale that even a team of graphic designers will not be able to compete with, right? Are you excited to get started? Do you want to see how we go about creating this and how the power gets to your hands to be able to create these stunning books? Cheryl, Vanessa, Bernadette, thank you. Please make sure you are active in the chat box, all right? So let's make every minute count over the next 30 to 45 minutes or 1 hour, whatever we spend here. I want you to take an enormous amount of value from this presentation, right? So we have a front-end offer where you'll be able to click on this and you will see all of these templates that are designed for you, okay? These templates are there. These are designed for you. So what you need to do is you need to click over here. Just click over here, and that would update the template on the page that you see in front of you. Okay, it has already updated, but you don't see anything here, right? That is because the way the application works is it creates a new page after the active page. This was the active page earlier. It created a new page after that and created this template for you. Does this look good? Give me a 1 in the chat box, please, if this is a treat to your eyes, if it looks neat, if it looks beautiful, and is something that you'd be proud of presenting in your book, right? So I've got Aerate, I've got John, Louise, Cheryl, Bernadette, Carol, Terry, Vanessa, Merja, Huw, Louise, we've got John, brilliant. So you can see the simplicity of the application, but what it did for you. In a matter of a second, it allowed you to create something like this. Now, here is the beauty of the niche, right? The beauty of the niche is whenever these books are created, more often than not, nearly 95% of the times, only the content changes. Only the content changes, the design remains consistent. Do some research on Amazon, and this is something that you'll experience. How can I tell that? Because I have done the research, because I have published the books, and because I felt that there was a need for this in our business and in your business. Okay, so now the point is, this is the default content. You do not want to have a page that looks like everybody else's, right? You want to have a custom page. So how do you go about doing that? Simple. All you have to do is click over here and edit it. It's like a text box that you would edit in Canva. Very simple, right? So instead of movie of your choice, how about we say spa night? Correct? And now I was able to edit it just like that. But the problem is it's aligned to left. So what I can do is click here, the ribbon here activates. Take a look at what happens. If I click outside, this is what you see. If I click over here, this ribbon activates, and this is what is relevant to this particular component. So this is called the context menu because it changes based on the context you activate. So now that I have this here, I can always go ahead and center align this. I have other options as well. I could reduce the size by dragging and dropping it and then just make it look perfect. Because this is drag and drop easy, you do not have to worry about a lot of things. Okay? Now, if you are thinking, this is something I could do in Canva as well, yes, you could do it. But how much time would this take you to pull through, right? I mean, if you want to get this done, what is the amount of time that you would have to spend without the resources that we have here, right? Similarly, if you want to change this, you can always edit it. You can always edit this as well. And you have this particular coupon page, which is uniquely yours at this point in time. Okay. So, right. So there is a question from Alec. Probably we can answer that at the end of the presentation, Alec. So now this is where you got the first template converted into a unique one. And this is different from the one that we imported, right? Now, if you want to create, Luis has a question, can you add extra elements to it in Canva? Luis, you can, of course, do that. We will talk about this. Great question. Please hold on to it. We will cover all of this in detail, right? So now that you have here, how do you go about creating another one? Because you cannot have a book with one page, right? So your research will tell you that you have about 30 pages, 50 pages, anywhere between 30 to 50 pages where like these books are made available. So you can go ahead and use this clone option. Look at the beauty here. You click on clone and you would see that exact same thing would be replicated here. Now, instead of spa night, I can say stargazing, right? Now, these come naturally to me because I have been researching. When you do your research and when you work with ChatGPT asking for ideas, you will have a ton of ideas. You'll have more ideas than you can actually implement. And that is where you'll feel the need of this application or the software, right? So stargazing. So this is another one, another coupon that we were able to create. So now what I would do is instead of stargazing, I would say long drive, okay? So this is the third page. Take a look at how easily I was able to create 3 pages. You can extend this to create 30 in no time at all, right? Now, these kind of books usually come with a blank page after every single content piece because they need to be cut off from the book and handed over to the recipient. These are like, and this can be used as stocking stuffers. This can be used as gifting items. You know, these can be very thoughtful gifts under 10 bucks that can be given to a lot of people, right? So you can take an idea of a niche. Like, let's say you want to create something that is to be gifted from grandfather to the grandchildren, or from father to mother, mother to father, between spouses, from girlfriend to boyfriend, and so on, right? You can do it for co-workers. You can give this the profession. You can take this to professional niches where the content could be relevant to that specific profession. Think about golfer. Think about fishing enthusiasts, right? Think about pets. So you could take this framework that is available and map it based on the content ideas that you have, right? So how do you insert a blank page? This is how you insert a blank page. Just click on this and you have a beautifully formatted blank page that is available. And this is how you create a book really quick with a lot of authority and with a lot of quality for your KDP business, right? Everyone with me so far, please let me know if this is looking straightforward. Give me a 1 in the chat box, please, if this is looking straightforward and you're already seeing the value moving past the mental block that you typically have when you want to design something, right? So this is all set to take you forward. But then again, we always focus on creating solutions that are designed to hand you the power, to give you the ability to create content at a scale and at a quality level where you are not competing with other indie publishers, you're actually competing with big publishers. I'm talking of publishers that have hundreds of people on their payroll. And no, I am not exaggerating at all. Just hold on for a few more minutes until I roll out the rest of the features. Okay. Now you saw that for 3-page book that I created, I had to click 3 times to give you a blank page. That's super easy. 3 clicks, hardly a few seconds. But we do not want to do that. The reason why we do not want to do that is because your time is precious. And that is exactly why we created a feature here. Insert blank pages in between. Just click on that, and no matter how many pages you have, it will smartly create a blank page after each content page that you have crafted. Right? So this is the power of automation that this application brings to you. When you recognize all that it does, you will never want to work with any other solution out there, especially with Photoshop, Illustrator, and things like that. Of course, you can get an edge using them smartly with the application, but this is where it all happens. Now, Please give me a yes in the chat box if you are comfortable with the concept so far, because in the next session, in the next part, we are going to take this to a whole another level where you will struggle to believe that this is even possible, right? So we have got a lot of yeses already. Carol, Michelle, we've got Belinda, we've got Louise, Bernadette, John, Vanessa, Hugh. Brilliant, brilliant. Love it, love it. Love the participation. Paula is here, Shirley is here. Great. Now, what we did is we created all of these and edited it. Super easy, right? Just point and click and edit. We do not want to do that. We want to have absolute control over content creation. How do we go about doing it? The way you go about doing it is by using the bulk clone features. What did I do to create multiple of these pages? I used an option called clone. But now you will see that if you want to create multiple pages, you can use something called a bulk clone option, which is here. Okay, now please note that this is where the application will be a bit slow because we are on a video, and that is the reason the response time will be reduced. Okay, so please bear with me. Now this has something called simple clone. Let's take a look at simple clone. When you go ahead with simple clone, you ask it to create 10 pages for you. The application smartly creates 10 pages for you. No questions asked, right? It just goes ahead and does what you asked it to do. The problem here is you would have to go ahead and individually change the content that is available here, right? You would have to individually change the content that is available here. We wanted a better solution to that. So that is the reason why we created the next step, which is you go to bulk clone. Instead of using simple clone, you use template variable text bulk upload. What this option is going to do for you is give you the ability to dynamically change the content available in the page in multiple pages without you having to individually do that. And you will be controlling everything from an input file. Okay. Do you think that would be a massive time saver for you? Give me a T in the chat box if you think something like this would add a tremendous amount of value to you and your business by saving you a lot of time, right? Great. So now what we will do is we'll download the sample file, and this is where I want you to drop everything that you're doing right now and focus on this, okay? Because if you miss this, you will miss something really big in this application. Download the sample file, okay? Now this sample file is not a regular sample file that you download, okay? This is not a regular file that you downloaded, okay? So this is a very special file, okay? If I open this up right now, you would see that this file, can everybody see the text file I opened? I'm not sure if this is visible.
Please yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Naranjan. Oh, great. Lovely, lovely. So if you see here, this is a input file that is smartly designed for this specific template, okay? This specific template's content is what is reflected in this. So essentially, this is not a run-of-the-mill template file that you can use. Whatever input, whatever design elements we have put into all of these templates, they have been programmed meticulously, and the software has been made smart enough to give you the idea that you want to take forward. So for example, if you did not have that and just the demo text, how would you know which text is represented by here by which box? You would not know that, right? Because this could be the first text, this could be the second text, this could be the third text. When designing this, nobody follows a pattern, right? So it has to be easy for you. Because we wanted to make easy for you, what we have done is we have given you this content here. Redeem for, you can see the redeem for here. Spa night. Redeemable for one movie night together. I think this is the content from the previous one. We didn't change it. So that's what you see here. Now, if you want to create multiple pages, here is what you would do. And please take a note of what I'm doing here. I copied this, pasted it here. Copied this, pasted it here. Let's say I want to create one more page. Instead of 3, I want to have 4 pages. So I just copy paste this entire thing and name this page number 4, right? So I have got all of these pages created, and this duplicate content is already there. Now let's say you want to change spa night only. You do not want to change redeem for, you do not want to change coupon, you do not want to change any of this. In the interest of time, we will demonstrate the process of changing this particular text, okay? Now, can you suggest me something? What else could we go for as a gifting idea? Instead of spa night, can we say, you know, um, breakfast, right? So, back rub, lovely. Back rub. Any other suggestions? Come on, everyone. Walk in the park, right? So let's do drinks. Cheryl says drinks. So let's go for drinks, right? So I'm just randomly updating it based on some of the information you gave. Now, Hugh wants pizza, right? So can we just get some pizza for him? Let's just go ahead and do a fifth page, right? Just so that he's happy and doesn't kick us out, right? So we'll go here and write pizza. So this is what we have. The input file is ready. And I'm going to save it. Remember the name, sample templated text, and the in bracket we have got 3. Everybody, ready for magic? Give me a 1 in the chat box if you are ready for magic to happen, because we are on page number 1 and I'm going to show you what you just accomplished in a matter of minutes or rather seconds. Okay, so click on bulk clone. This is the one. And instead of clicking on simple clone, what we are going to do is drop input file here. Click on this, drop input file here. That would bring you the the folder on your desktop, and then open it up. And the moment you do that, you would go ahead and delete the first one because that was the default page. Then you have spa night. Then you have breakfast. You've got back rub. You've got drinks. You've got pizza because Hugh wanted it so bad, right? This is the power of working with bulk clone features. Is this a light bulb moment for you? Is this moment telling you the difference of the application in terms of what you can achieve with it when you know how to manipulate it, how to work with it, as against working with a design setup like Photoshop or Canva or anything else? Can I get a light bulb moment? Can I get a L in the chat box so I know that you understand the power of this application? Brilliant. Cheryl, Michelle, we've got John, we've got Louise, we've got Heather. Awesome, awesome. Vanessa, brilliant, brilliant. Elliot is enjoying this, lovely. I think we are springing into action. And if you are impressed with what you've seen, let me tell you this, we haven't even started, okay? We're just warming up right now. We haven't gotten started yet, okay? So Hita says, what is the size of the actual coupon? So Hita, we have used, I think 6 by 9 here, or sorry, 9 by 6, but you can check the setting, right? You can check the setting here. Let me see right now. It's 8.25 by 6. This is the standard size that's used on Amazon, and that is the reason why we have it, okay? So let's go back to the page layout. You saw this. Now imagine that you have a plethora of designs to choose from, a number of designs to choose from. In the front end alone, you are going to get 30 designs. And these designs would take you hours to put together if you had to use the design element of your choice. These are thoughtfully designed, exquisitely crafted by our illustration team. And we do have a full-fledged in-house illustration team, as you may know, right? So that's where these designs are coming from, and you can see the quality of these designs is reflective of the kind of effort that has already gone into it. And this is completely customizable. You can change it anytime you want. You can change things, you can replicate things, and so on. Okay, so now this is what you get in the front end, and in the upgrade one, in the front end, you'll be getting about 30 of these templates. In upgrade one, you'll be getting 20 more, and then some additional features like you'll be able to download as PowerPoint files, PNG, JPG, PDF, and so on. All of those platform features will be there on the sales pages for you to see and figure out. For now, we will focus more on education and understanding how to work with the various applications. Okay, now these are the clean designs that you saw. Okay, this is probably better than what you will find selling on Amazon right now. And I'm not going to hold you accountable for it, but I would encourage you to do this research yourself and tell you if this statement is correct or not after the session is over, right? Now, moving forward, we would want to work with something called programmed illustrations. And that is where we take these designs to a whole new level that is not even catered to on Amazon right now. And many of you who know me know that that is what we specialize in, right? So that's where these designs come into picture. Take a look at these ones. These are not your standard typical designs that we saw in there. These are very unique designs that communicate a story, that tell you that basically, like, tell you that these coupons are designed to stand out. Let me just open one of them, right, so that we can take a look at it and you can see what the concept looks like. Okay, what does this look like? This coupon entitles you to a bestie late night chat. So say, for example, you are giving this to a friend and this is what it looks like. So, and then you make it quirky, right? You say you have some conditions here. The conditions are pajamas required, existential questions may arise, so be prepared. This is the kind of fun and quirky stuff that you can generate with the help of AI. And then when you combine them with these thoughtfully designed elements, you have a lot of opportunities to stand out in terms of your content. Can I please get your thought, your immediate thought on the quality of the design that you see here? Does this open your mind to a lot of possibilities? Does this tell you that you could take this template and could gift it to your spouse, saying that we are going to have make a tent in the backyard kind of a experience, or maybe you could have a blanket tent created for your along with your siblings, right? So your limitation is essentially time, because I would not say creativity is the limit at all here, because I'm pretty sure you have a ton of ideas as of now. I'm sorry. I kind of thought so. The moment I opened this up, I thought so. That's what would come to you. Anyways, moving back, this is how we have designed these elements so you can work with them in a multitude of ways and can customize them to give a great experience to your customers, to the end users. Do you see? Does this look good? Can I get a 1 in the chat box? If this is absolutely brilliant, give me a 1 in the chat box if you absolutely love the design that you see here. Now let me ask you another question. Give me a yes or no answer. Do you think you would be able to put together something like this within 15 minutes, even if you had all of these? Let's say you have the sofa, let's say you have the pillow, you have the blanket, you have the TV, you have the popcorn. Do you think you'll be able to put together something like this within 15 minutes on Canva that looks this good? Probably not, right? Because chances are you might not have access to relevant elements that make it look brilliant, right? This is where the question comes. This is where the question comes. Niranjan, this is great. But you know what? Canva is Canva. Canva lets me edit this. If I use this, and there are 100 other people using this, we are having the same content, isn't it? Very valid question. Very valid question. And that is what takes us to the next phase of this presentation, where we will talk about making your content 100% unique. Is that a bold claim? I don't know what you think, but what we are going to do is enable you here, right here on this call, so that you can change this to make this 100% unique. I'm going to take you one step at a time, show you how you'll be doing that so that you feel confident about this being a way better substitute to Canva, to Photoshop, to Illustrator, without you having to compromise on the flexibility that those applications bring to you. All right? If you believe, is this believable? Do you believe that you can edit it completely and kind of make it different? Some of the elements look like Canva. None of the elements here are taken from Canva. Every single thing that you see here, you can use with the utmost confidence, because these are built right under my nose in my office, where we have a pretty seasoned team of illustrators. Okay, so you can be confident about using them, and pretty much all of them have been crafted by seasoned professionals, right? Louis says your software is always top notch, right? So can I get a 100 in the chat box, please? Before we move forward, I want to get started with a lot of momentum. Give me a 100 in the chat box if you want me to show you how you can change this completely so that it is uniquely yours. Okay, Marja, Lani, we've got you, Bernadette, Vanessa, love it. So let's get started, everyone. The first thing is you have to modify the text. Duh, that's easy, right? You know already how to do that. You just click on that and you would have it changed. But when it comes to editing all of these things, you see that you cannot do that. You cannot edit it, correct? None of these elements are individually identifiable. That's what we are going to achieve in this next step. We are going to convert these into a template, into an interface where you will have absolute control over whatever you want to do, okay? Click on this until you see this particular thing. When you click on this, you will see this blue line or blue margin over here, right? Then click on add to layered SVGs. Add to layered SVGs. When you come here, you would have three options. You could click anywhere on this image. Don't do that, because when you click on that, it will insert the image here, which is not something that you want to do, right? This is the process that you do not want to do, right? Let me just repeat this and let's get rid of it. We will start all over again so that I can show you what you would want to do and not what you don't want to do, okay? So please bear with me while we go back to the page layouts. And here what we are going to do is insert this image again, delete the first page, click on this so that we can activate this, click on this layer, and then you have this. You have to click on this magic icon over here. Do you see that there is this little orange highlighted icon here? I'm not sure if this is visible. This is too small. So you have got three lines. Orange option comes up. Click on that, and that will open a whole new world for you. This is where you will be able to edit things. Okay. This is where you'll be able to edit things. You'll be able to identify all of these layers and you'll be able to play around with them. You do not have to take any element from here if you don't want to. You can alter everything. You can alter everything, right? So first things first, how do we go about doing that? What if you do not want to show the popcorns and you just want the sofa and the television? Can you do that? The answer is yes, you can do that. There are a couple of ways and I'm going to show you how. So first of all, identify the layer on which it is built by hovering over this. When I hover over this, you see that the popcorns, the sofa, the couch, the Mashkila says, please share your screen. Is my screen not visible? I'm sorry if it's not visible.
Yeah, your screen's working, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got this, right? So you go to props and then you click on this greater than sign. Remember, everyone, you click on the greater than sign and not on props, okay? These are two separate things and you will see the level of sophistication that we have built into it. Click on this, okay? When you do that, it will expand, and when it expands, you will be able to see this. All of these will open up for you. Do you want to get rid of the popcorns or you want to temporarily hide it to visualize how it looks without it? If you want to temporarily hide it, just do this, right? If you want to delete it, click on the name here and then you can delete it. Does this make sense? Is this looking interesting already? Give me an eye in the chat box, please, if this is looking interesting already and you are feeling that slowly but surely you are getting the power over the entire creativity that has gone into this element. Because the whole idea is not just to create something, but to create content that is envied by the biggest of publishers out there, right? Vanessa says, can you move the props around? Beautiful question. We'll talk about that in a moment. So now you can delete this if you want, right? But let's say for a moment, we will come back to the deleting option, right? Later. Let's see what else we can do. Similarly, if you want to hide the prop, this is what you do. If you delete them, you cannot get it back. If you hide them, you can get it back and simply get this. So when you are not sure of your design, whether you want to get rid of that or not, and you want to visualize it, you can just hide this and come back to it later. Is this better looking? Or is this better looking? Or is this better looking? Or even better is this one? It really depends on you. It depends on your choice. But if you delete it once, it's gone forever. Now your question would be, Niranjan, why on earth would I want to delete it if I can just hide it and move around with it? Well, the reason why you would want to delete it is because if you're not using something, then you do not want to add the the presence of that to the file size. Okay, you want your file size to be smaller. Okay, John says, can you duplicate the props? Brilliant question. We'll start with John's question and then we will move to Vanessa's. How about us creating two pillows instead of one? We have got a pillow here, right? Can I create two pillows? With your permission, can I just activate this by clicking on the name and then clicking on duplicate? When I click on duplicate, you would see a new layer has been created automatically. It has the same initials as this one and it is followed by 1. That means it is the first duplicate pillow that has been created. Right? So now we have created a duplicate pillow. You can use this for any prop that you have here. So John's question is answered. But John is not convinced yet because he still sees just one pillow. Everybody here sees one pillow. So how do we see the next one? The reason why we see one pillow is because when you created it, it is created exactly on top of the previous one. And because you cannot move them around, that is why it's not visible. So that's where Vanessa's question comes into picture. Vanessa's question is, Niranjan, can I move it around? Now we will go ahead and explore how we can move things around, right? So for that, we will not click on this greater than sign. We will click on the name of the layer, which is props here, okay? When you click on the name, you would have all of these options come up. Ignore everything for now. Just look at the first one which says enable element selection. Enable element selection. Click on this and now you would see a message here which says element selection enabled for props. Okay. The moment you do that, you will be individually able to select the elements. You will be able to drag and drop them. Now you can not only delete stuff, you can actually change them. You can change their location, change their position, and so on. Now let me do something really nice for you. Can I drag this pillow here so that we can show two pillows instead of one? Now you have two pillows. So now what I'm going to do is get rid of this enablement, right? I'll go to props and probably I'll do one thing. Right. So we'll come back here, go to props, open it up and see the blanket one, right? Where is the blanket? I'm not sure. Is this the blanket? Yeah, this is the blanket. We hide it and we go back to props. Is this giving you a completely new look to the sofa that we had earlier? You had a blanket, we copied it, we moved it around, we gave it a completely new look and feel, and this is what you have here, right? This is the power of this application and the thoughtfulness of the design that we have brought for you so that you do not have to be a designer, but you can create top quality content that mimics a great designer, even does a better job of them, job better than them, and still be able to create high quality books that you can work with, right? So now, because we have a duplicate thing, let me go ahead and show you how you can delete stuff, okay? So because we have this, right? Let's say we want to delete this one. You click over here and click on delete and this will be gone. So you learned about duplicating, you learned about deleting, you learned about moving things around, right? You learned about resizing them because the moment you do that, you can resize them as well. What else do you need to customize this? You can delete this TV and upload another TV of your choice that you might have got from Huw's prop, like Huw does a lot of design packs. How many of his design packs have you hoarded over the last few years? This is where your application with his designs become intuitive, become easy. It opens up a whole new world for you, right? Take a prop, take an element that he has created, upload it here, and then insert it here. You would have all of the content brand new, brand spanking new, created for you, right? So that's the power of this application. That's how you go about editing stuff. And let's say if I want to get back to the interface again, I would want to lock in the previous stuff because every time you do not want to duplicate this. You want to lock yourself in so that the changes that you've made are available here, right? And then you go inside and then you start working with these applications. Okay, so now let's say you see that the stars are concentrated here. You want to move them around. How do you do it? You find the layer that they belong to. In this particular case, This is the layer. So what you would do is go here, enable element. The moment you enable element, click on a star. And then when you've clicked on a star, drag it around. That's how simple it is. This one, I would probably take it over here, right? Let's say over here. Where do I put it? Let's say we put it here, right? Now, I'm done with this and I want to make this look better, right? So probably I want a heart inside of O. How do I do that? I look for the sprinkle or the layer in which the hearts are present. I click on them, enable the element, and after enabling the element, what I would do is click on one of the hearts. So here we have two consecutive hearts very close to each other. I would rather take this and move it to here to give it a beautiful designer look. This is how your O is going to look with a heart over here. Like, this could be a movie session with your siblings, with your loved ones, with your family members, with your like the spouse, anything, right? So this is how you go about editing it. So what did we see so far? We saw you could change every single element, right? You could alter every single design out here. You could delete components. You could resize them. You can pan them, and you start not from zero, but from one, where you have a lot of quality thought that has gone into the concepts and the designs for you to build on and expand on. So that way you'll be able to create content quickly and at the same time be inspired, take this information, put it to ChatGPT, ask it to create something similar for you, right? So now let's say we want to delete this border. Look for the layer where it is, and then you go ahead, click on the border and just delete it. Now you would say, Niranjan, I want a border in there. Well, all you have to do is save this, and now you have a borderless image. Go to the icons or the section that we have here and insert a border of your choice. The border is now inserted. Go here, click on cover, and this is how it looks. Does this look different? Imagine if you change the text, if you change the icons, if you change the placement of these, and if you change the border, would it make this page completely different from what we started with? Please give me a yes or no, depending on what you believe or what you feel is the flexibility that you have with this application. Do you think you'll be able to use the options that are available and change them really quick? Vanessa, Huw, John, brilliant. Shirley, great. So this is how you would work with it. And we have 100 of these templates that are available for you in OTO2, right? Now, those of you know me, right? You know that we always underpromise and over-deliver. The promise is 100 templates. And I'm not going to tell you anything more on that. That probably is, you'll figure that out over a period of time if you get the OTO2 product, all right? So now that we have done this, we have gone through all of this, you can customize this, say, for Christmas, right? You can customize this for Easter. And we have provided a ton of elements. Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you've got planets, you've got Halloween, you've got St. Patrick's Day, you've got things that move, you've got classroom, you've got birthday, you've got a ton of stuff that are available here that you can use along with these templates to create completely unique elements. Not only that, I mean, this is on top of what you'll be able to do with the elements that you get access to. You might have bought from you in the past. You can upload them and use them. But this is a collection of more than 500 designer elements crafted just for you to use with these applications and create all of this stuff. Party invitations, brilliant stuff, right? So this is OTO 3, and this lends itself pretty nicely to this particular concept. Say, for example, I could have a concept of like, sitting by the fire, right? So it could be a concept of having a cozy evening with your spouse sitting by the fire. So you could have the fireside thing here, the couch here, you could remove the popcorn and the TV and just change the text. That would be a completely different template for you, right? So this is all about the product. This is what it does. And the funnel, as I shared with you, we have got the front end offer and 3 different upgrades. I'm sorry if you can hear the sound behind me. This is how it is structured and the various features that you get access to. Okay, I think I'm done, and I think I can take some questions from you if you want me to show you something on the interface. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, mate, brilliant presentation there. So
Thank you.
everybody, if you've got any niggling questions about the software, um, just put them into the chat. Saloni, yes, there is a recording. I will email it out later today, the full recording, which will cover, well, it will be a recording of this as well as the bonuses I'm offering for you as well. Just one thing on top of this, I can't remember if you mentioned this already, Naranjan, but this is not part of your software membership.
Right. So, yeah. So this is not a product which goes into the membership. The membership that we have is for puzzles and math applications. Now, this is an activity creator, and this is not a part of the membership.
Okay, perfect. Any questions? Yes. Would I be able to resize and use elements in a coloring book with this? Is it with this
Yes.
software?
Yes, you will be able to utilize all of these elements in coloring books. In fact, to help you with that, we have created a version of it which is called, let me see if I can show that to you, which is called illustrations. These are more like elements that are designed for coloring pages. So yes, the answer is yes. You get access to nearly 500 plus. Like we already have 617 of them here, right? Just take a look at this. All of these elements will be yours to use in coloring books as well.
So Isla, it's like the bold and easy stuff that I offer. He's offering 1,000 times more value than what I normally offer in the pack. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of value in the software. So
Hugh,
if
do you
there,
want me to stop sharing and so
yeah,
that you can? Okay, let me do that. Let me do that. I'm
yeah,
sorry about that.
that'd be great. So yeah, there's definitely a lot
Lovely.
of value in there. Cheers, Naranjan. So this is going live tomorrow, but I'm sure everybody's wondering what sort of bonuses are there. But there's just one thing I want to touch on, okay? Everybody is so busy creating coloring books, activity books, like, puzzles or mazes. But what people aren't focused on is the low-hanging fruit, okay? I don't see a lot of people going after this niche, but what I do see is these types of books are selling, all right? And the people that are making these are making the money with it because there isn't a lot of competition. They haven't got a software like this. And using this software, you yourselves can upload books. So, right, with that said, I'm going to share my screen and I will be showing you a lovely bonus that I've got created for you. Okay. Now we will discuss pricing a bit later on, but let me just share what I've got for you. I've created two softwares, okay, to go with this. And what the software does, it allows you to enter just a main keyword. Okay, this is the keyword buster, right? So you enter a main keyword like coupon book, dating, right? And it spits out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of keywords for you. Okay. And we've got all the ages, keyword ideas that you can use. What you would then do is, okay, you would take maybe this keyword, just for an example, this keyword. And if we look through here, maybe this keyword, right? You can come back into the headline and description buster and enter those keywords here. So I'm just going to enter something like, just for example's sake, Easter egg, girls coloring book. Okay, this is what you would get from the keyword buster. And then let's do ages, I don't know, 8 to 13 or 8 to 12. Click generate headline description. It now gives you the complete headline, subtitle, and a nice description that you can just simply copy and paste in to Amazon KDP. Obviously, make slight changes here and there if they get the page numbers wrong, but this will just give you a quick description that you can use in your books. So you get the software when you pick up the front end of the coupon books generator. Okay. For the first upsell, if you grab that, you're going to get 35 black and white Easter princesses. So these are all the Easter princesses. As you note, what I've been asked for is to make the lines a lot thicker, and I've done this for you. So you can get 35 of those. You're going to get 35 of the Easter backgrounds for the princesses. All right, so that's they're inside the castle, they're inside the rooms. you're going to get the princess and the backgrounds. And as you can see, right, if I just scroll back up, the princesses have the patterns of Easter eggs on their dresses as well, okay, which is really cool. And you're also going to get these black and white alien images, okay? And this will make sense in a little bit. Right, you're going to get all that. You're going to get city backgrounds for the aliens, okay? And these are in the 8.5 square niche. And you're also going to get the aliens and the backgrounds together. That is just for the first upsell. For the second upsell, we're going to do, again, 4 weeks of group coaching, okay? This is where you're going to be with me. It's going to be a close-knit group, okay? Because not a lot of people are in this group. And you're going to ask me any questions that you want. You're going to show me something. I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to give you advice and help you build your business. This is invaluable. We've still got one going now, and I think we're finishing off either this week or next week. But this will start on the 11th of March, which is next Tuesday. So we're going to have these calls on a Tuesday now, just to split things up. All right. But as well as the cohort for 4 weeks, you're going to get all the colored images of the Easter princesses, right? Look how beautiful they are. These are for your covers that you can use them for, or you can manipulate the images and upload them to Etsy as stickers possibly. And then here's all the background and princess images that I've just put together to give you an idea of how to use them. And then for the last upsell, you're going to get all the colored aliens in color and all the backgrounds of the different cities. Does anybody know what this one is? I think that's in Japan, possibly that one. You're going to get all that. Yeah, this one here. So this image here, I think that's in Japan.
Where is it now? Fuji.
Yeah, that's the one. So this is the alien traveling niche, which is pretty cool. It can be used for educational books, right? Surprise bonus, right? Any part of the funnel. So you need to pick up the front end. And if you pick up any OTO, right, you'll get one additional pack from the list that's here, okay? If you're one of the first 20 people to pick up the front end and all 3 upsells, I will triple that. If you have an Excel sheet with me, I'll just simply add those to your Excel sheet, right? And then there's some frequently asked questions about how do I know if you're buying through my link? When you get to checkout, right at the bottom, you'll see this, powered by Warrior Plus. If you don't see this, just scroll down a little bit until you do. Hover your mouse over the little man icon. And if my name pops up, right, you know that you'll get the bonuses. And yeah, this goes live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Do we have any questions? Yeah, so you're going to get, just on the front end, you're going to get the softwares that I've created and all the packs as well as the cohorts, as well as all the aliens. I'm just looking at some questions here. Yes, you will get an email. So I'm going to email it out late tonight. So for me, it'll be probably about 11 p.m. I'll just send an email out. It'll be a recording of this video. Niranjan showcasing everyone, showcasing the software. And then tomorrow, I'll send you 2 emails, one an hour before it goes live, and then another one when it does go live, because I do know that people want to be one of the first 20 to get it. It's not going to be open now because there are other people that are promoting this for Niranjan. Yes, you can get a link tomorrow via the email. So when I send you an email, I will include Niranjan's link. Do you guys want to know the pricing of this? Can we discuss the pricing now, Niranjan? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Perfect. So, right. So now you're aware of the features. So the front end, we've got, now what we do is we have a funnel in place to sell the product. So the front end offer is priced at $47. You get everything that we showed in the front end. I mean, you'll be able to see the details on the sales pages as and when, that opens up. That is priced at $47 during the launch. So what we mean by during the launch is that when we launch a product, we significantly discount the price for a short window of roughly about 3.5 days. Okay. So this launch is starting tomorrow. That's 7th at 11 a.m. Eastern. and it'll end on 8th, 9th, and 10th. I just hope I get my dates right. So it's ending on 10th at midnight Eastern. He was laughing there because he knows I mess up my dates and time. So it's going to end on 10th at midnight Eastern. And during this period, the price will be 47. The moment this launch ends, right, the price will shoot up to $97. Now, when I say 47, it is for your, yes, Eilert, it's one-time access, one-time fee. You get access to the product, you use it, right? For the life of the product, as long as you want it, create as many books as you want it. That's it, $47 one time done, right? OTO1 is where you get some very advanced features, right? I could not demonstrate everything to you, but probably Huw will talk about in his emails is that, imagine this, the fonts, can I ask you something? Can you just give me one more response? Did you find the templates that I showed you or shared with you to be interesting? Did you find them to be thoughtfully designed? Did you find them to be aesthetically appealing? Please give me a yes or no so that I have an idea about what you feel about it. Cheryl says yes, Hugh says yes, John, Michelle, great. So if you feel that this is looking good, imagine this. If there is a template which talks about gaming night, you are talking about talking to your spouse or to your sibling about a gaming night, and the font that you use is not the standard font that we have used, but gaming font. Where do you get gaming fonts from? You get it from Creative Fabrica. Most of us on the having KDP business already know about Creative Fabrica, and Creative Fabrica has a ton of high quality fonts, right? A ton of high quality fonts available for a very economical price, okay? So you can take those fonts, upload those and work with them. This is another layer of customization, right? Not only text and images and everything else in there, you can actually change the fonts to suit your own font on top of what we have given, right? This is what is available in OTO1. And then in OTO1, you'll be able to download unlimited downloads every single month. You'll be able to get PowerPoint downloads as well. You'll have color options and you'll be able to upload your own images. Somebody asked, can we upload our own images onto these templates, right? So you can do that when you have access to OTO1, right? Yes, exactly. That's right, Cheryl. So upload one is going to cost you $67 during launch. And after the launch, the price will change to 97. And we will be increasing it even further because of the font option to 147 at a later point in time. Okay. So that's the plan for OTO1. OTO2, with all the bells and whistles that you get with 100 templates and some unannounced bonuses that I'm not going to talk about right now, probably we'll talk about it after the launch is over, you will be getting that entire thing for $197 again one time. Okay, you get access to the editor where you have complete control over everything that you do, and all of that stuff will be available for $197. And OTO3, which is the last product where you get access to 600 illustrations. Right, Vanessa has a question. That's right, Cheryl. OTO2 is $197.
Sorry, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So OTO3 is $97 during the launch. By the way, OTO2 price will change from $197 to $297 post-launch, right? It could be a little higher, but for now we might be immediately changing to $297, and then it will increase even further as and when we move forward and add maybe a little more features and things like that. Okay. So OTO3 will be priced at $97 during the launch. After the launch, the price will move to $147. So that's how it is structured. And when I say after the launch, that would happen within about 20 to 30 minutes of the launch closing at midnight Eastern on the 10th of March, right? So that's how it is. Right.
Can you write them down, please, Nurjan? I can't. You're going too quick for my brain. Sure. Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, Huw, you want to go, or do I write it here for everyone?
Yeah, it's fine. Vanessa, if you want to ask a question in chat, then we can cover it for you. Would that be easier for you, or do you want to ask it now?
I just want to I just want the prices written in the chat.
Right. Okay. Sure. What I'll do is I'll send an email out later with the pricings for it. Yeah. But yeah, Niranjan's doing it now for you. That's not a problem.
Let me get this done right now. So this is.
While Niranjan's doing that, does anybody have any questions? Cheryl's put in there, it's 408 for the full product line. Is that right, Naranjan?
I think it is about right. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, right. Excellent. And yeah, guys, that does go up once the launch ends, and there is no recurring payments on that afterwards. So if there's no questions with this, right, after this, okay, I will send out an email much later tonight with regards to all my bonuses, and you get those bonuses when you buy through my link. Alison's asking, so if you want the OTO one, do you have to buy the front end as well? Yes, you do. Okay. So Alison, I know we had this issue last time. Let me just share my screen quickly. Right. No matter where you click on here, even if it's the third upsell, right? No matter which blue button you click on this page, you'll be taken to the front end first. You would make a purchase there, and then it will go through the different stages. So you get your OTO 1, your OTO 2, and your OTO 3. Now, there are options to skip them if you want to, and it will go to the next upsell. But yes, you would need to purchase the front end as well. Not a problem, Alison. Okay, so yeah, Eilert, I'll do that in my emails as well. I'll explain what the front end and OTOs are. So the front end gives you access to the software, and the OTOs give you additional benefits. So it's like an upsell, basically. The bonus graphics are new from me and from Naranjan. So I've never released those graphics before. Yeah, it's like the usual packs. Yeah, perfect. Michelle's looking forward to the offer. Excellent. Right. If we've covered everything, okay, I just want to say thanks to Naranjan for taking the time just to give us an overview of the software. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely, there are some nice niches in there. I'm going to use my own software, the Keyword Buster and the Headline and Description Buster, to make my job a lot easier. And I'm sure you guys will use it as well. But yeah, Naranjan, cheers for that, mate.